Y'all gon' give me my respect. Gotta know what shizzle wet, cause that boy is just a threat. They hate Supreme Beast, cause we be talking cash shit, led by Cadillac Red.
What up with it? What up with it? Supreme Beast Boxing Talk, you know what I'm saying? Interviews though. Back at y'all with another one, you know what I'm saying? We didn't scour the internet and found somebody, you know what I'm saying, that we knew was gonna give us a good interview, show us great love. We got the one and only Blair the Flair Cobbs. You know what I'm saying? Blair, you on the phone with us?
Absolutely, I'm here.
Yes, sir.
The most exciting.
Yes, sir. Whoa!
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You gotta whoa! You know what I'm saying? Believe that. Believe that. All right, Blair, I am Cadillac Red, you know what I'm saying? I got my brother Do Shizzle here with me. We're gonna shoot questions back and forth at you. He's gonna try to keep everything in the ring and be technical. I'm gonna try to get a little bit personal with you so that people can know a little bit more about you.
Awesome. Let's go.
All right. So my first question for you is how have you been training and everything during the Rona? How has that been treating you?
Well, just starting off when things got shut down, it was a little frustrating, but it really haven't changed anything. I'm able to get everything I need to train, so my training haven't really slowed down. Especially now, I'm training with Freddie Roach. I'm also back home with Bones Adams and Prince Ranch. So and I get around pretty well.
Okay. And I heard the Vegas shutdown was kind of crazy, especially with the stuff with the mayor going on. But none of that really affected you, correct?
No, there wasn't too much that affected me. Once I got my bearings together, it wasn't too much that was affecting me.
Okay. All right, go ahead, Deuce. You got something for him?
Yeah. So who or what got you into boxing?
Well, when I started boxing in Mexico, where in a tough time where I didn't have anything to gain or lose at that point. I wasn't even considered a human being at that point. So I just looked around and okay, what's the most reckless thing I could do at this point? And boxing happened to be at the top of that list, and I didn't die. I ended up being pretty good at it, and it stuck with me and became a lifelong ambition.
Right.
Okay. Now, you speak about the Mexico time, and I've heard a little bit of the story. I wanted you to let us know more about it. Let us know about the story about your father and him being a pilot and everything that transpired with him coming to America. How old were you guys?
Say what?
How old were you when your dad got into the incident when he was a pilot?
Oh man, I was pretty young. I think I was around 14, 15.
Okay.
16 years old, somewhere around there.
Yeah, break down to us what happened. Yeah.
Oh man, it's just like in a movie. Honestly, everything's perfect. You live in this beautiful wonderland life, where anything is possible. You got a mansion in Beverly Hills. You got a mansion in Hollywood, and you got all kinds of luxuries, and you live in a pretty comfortable. And then all of a sudden, all of that goes to a screeching halt when a series of unfortunate events had plagued your life to land you in Mexico, and that's kind of like what happened. It's like you had everything, and then you lost everything, and it was all in the blink of an eye, in an instant. You weren't even considered a human being at that point. When you're on the run, you pretty much give up everything. You give up your identity, you give up who you are, and you give up everything that you was in your past for nothingness.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And I haven't been on the run, but I have had close homies that have went on the run, and you could definitely see the life-changing experience and how they live. So I definitely can understand. And you were in Mexico, correct?
Yeah. I was deep in Mexico. I was in the same place where Canelo was. And we actually were in each other's shadows at one point. And it was talks about us fighting back when he was first turning pro. And all that stuff. It was a very interesting time period. Living in Mexico. I was in Guadalajara. This place called Jalisco, Guadalajara, and I had to learn the culture. Right. I learned a little bit of the language, and I just lived life at that particular point, as best I could.
Okay. Okay, go ahead, Deuce. You got something for him?
Yeah, why don't you let us know how do you explain or consider your style?
How do I consider my style?
Yeah.
I don't even know. It's like a split personality type of style that's ridiculously athletic. There's things that I can do that not a lot of people can do. So it might come off as reckless or it might come off as a little raw. But it's actually well put together. It just doesn't look like it.
Control chaos.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. If I was to actually have words that describes my style, it would be controlled chaos.
Yeah, you can have that.
Very chaotic. Have a very chaotic style that is very controlled, and that's why that's how I win.
Yeah, that's
If it was
your
all
thing.
chaos,
That's yours now.
I would lose, but it's controlled chaos.
Right.
You know?
I'm gonna keep it funky with you. We became fans the night I want to say Canelo fought Daniel Jacobs. You were on the undercard, and we seen you come out. We loved the energy beforehand, but you know it's our first time seeing you, so we was like, we gotta see what he got. Then you did your thing in the ring, and the post celebration and all the woo, all on him. You pushed him out the way, got on top of the ropes to let him know you was the man. Yo, you won us over. You won us over that night, hands down. And then in the post press conference, you said, yo, I'm the best on the card. Well, hold on, Canelo here, but I'm still a man on this card. Woo! Watch out for me. That's why I was like, yo, Blair Interview is that dude. Whoever get in the ring with him at welterweight, they got their hands full.
Yeah, man. Like they have to fight not only the man that's in the ring, they got to fight themselves, and they got to fight that crowd, and they got to fight that energy. I bring a whole lot of energy when I come into that ring. I bring a whole lot of energy. It haven't really been seen since Muhammad Ali, honestly. Floyd Mayweather had a lot of energy too, like the intensity of being in that caliber of fight. You know, where it's highly promoted and there's a whole lot of tension. Yeah. The opponent feels the tension. Mm-hmm. The opponent feels the stress. The stress levels are high, and that's what I bring to the table. I bring a whole lot of charisma, a whole lot of dedication, and a whole lot of energy.
Yeah, man.
And with your life experiences, a little stress in the ring ain't never gonna hurt you, right?
Yeah, believe it.
No, man, like come on, man. When you had to break it death so many times, it don't even matter at this point.
Yeah, you look at it. This is a fight.
You try to get kidnapped a couple times, like
See what I'm saying? Yeah, absolutely.
So I do got a question though. When during that fight, right? When you were going to the corner, did you know dude was trying to dap you when you pushed him out the way?
Man, I do all of that stuff on purpose.
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Get the hell out the way.
Get the hell out the way. I'm going to do my ring thing.
I'm busy.
I walk straight in that ring, and I show the crowd that I'm the man and it's my time. I get up on the ropes, and I celebrate before the fight even starts. I get the crowd ready to see action-packed performance from Blair to Flair. It's a lot of things that's going on. Right when I step on the rope, I give the whole crowd a woo. They waiting for it. Yeah. You know? And then I get out and I do my thing. And it's a one-of-a-kind experience that I'm trying to promote. A one-of-a-kind experience when you see a Blair Flair show.
Absolutely. The only thing I would say that, in my personal opinion, that I think you missing the Ric Flair strut when you know what I'm saying? You gotta do the strut. You gotta do the strut, then hit him with the woo! You know what I'm saying? That's what they missing. Now look. You met Ric Flair and he gave you the blessings for everything. Tell me about that experience.
Oh, it was wonderful. It was a little bit of a shocking experience. He came, we was talking and everything, and I was almost at a loss for words a little bit, because it's like, oh damn, this is really him. Is this really him talking like that? It was funny because I'm not usually the one to have a loss of words. I introduced myself in a heartbeat, Right. But it was very fun. It was a really good experience. And I look forward to talking to him and working with him in not too distant future.
Right.
All right, you got something, Deuce?
All right. So, why don't you let us know your go-to combo and that finishing punch?
The go-to combo?
Yeah.
Oh man, I don't even know. Cause it's like it depends on how I'm feeling.
Right.
A lot of times it's like I like to be unpredictable. So it's a whole lot of technical stuff that I'm doing to offset my opponent's balance.
Right.
So I'm coming in, I'm coming out, I'm coming in, I'm coming out. Sometimes I dart in with a left hand and then throw a right uppercut. Sometimes I dart in with a left hand to the body and come up with a right hook to the head. A lot of times I would just like do a whole bunch of feints and then just shoot a jab and step off to the side, or like let's say a person is trying to come too aggressive, and then I'll give them a little bit of a feint as if I'm about to punch. Boom, fall right into a clinch. And then of course I got dirty tactics too. If a guy is too aggressive and he wants to get in the inside, then I make him run into me with his head. Boom, force the headbutt, make him uncomfortable to be in the inside with me. And then I start breaking them down and make them back up. It's a lot of stuff that I'm doing. So I don't know if it's a go-to combo outside of maybe a 1-2. You know, it's a lot going on.
Yeah,
I'm kind of just freestyling on the fly too. A lot of it.
That control
To
chaos.
be unpredictable. Yeah, it has to be unpredictable.
Right.
yeah. I mean, you definitely see that in the ring. But like I said, at the same time, you could tell that it's all calculated.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's the beautiful part
Control
about it.
chaos,
You know what I'm
man.
saying? That's the whole beautiful part about it. Let me get your top 5 fighters all time.
Top 5?
Yeah.
Oh man. Okay. Muhammad Ali has to be on the top. He's just such a pivotal character that literally changed the world in so many ways. Then we have let's say we do Floyd Mayweather. Floyd Mayweather is an incredible athlete that really got it right the first time when it came to the business side of boxing and everything. Even though me personally, I felt like there was more that he should have did for the fans, fights that should have been done at a specific time that didn't manifest until it was kind of too late and things like that. But as far as business is concerned, Floyd Mayweather all day. And then we have you know what? I really love Salvador Sanchez. You know, I even have his haircut. Salvador Sanchez. That man, he just came in there with such just animosity and rage and just the flair of just being able to throw those punches. It was beautiful. Even though he was a shooting star and he died at a very young age, it was a wonderful experience seeing Salvador Sanchez fight. So that's 3. Then we have Sugar Ray Leonard, which is an incredible athlete altogether, and he fought all the best fighters, you know, in that era. Mm-hmm. That time period was incredible, and he fought almost everybody that was in that era and won. You know, it was very tough to be that number one guy, and like even in today's world, people aren't really fighting each other the way they should be fighting. You know, fighting Tommy Hearns, well, both of them are like very young and in their prime, was a very big gamble. You know, and look, man, he was losing that fight the whole time until the very end. that is what you call drama, and I love to see drama. I love to see these fights where as though like you get to see the measure of a man's spirit in that fight, in that ring. When the chips are down and low, and he still somehow pulls out the victory. I love seeing that type of fight happen. I love to see that because it shows you like what humanity can really do. Like, you know what I mean, what a man can really do if he puts his mind to it. So that's 4. But there is one guy that Sugar Ray did not fight. There was one guy that he just absolutely refused to fight. You know, this man was incredible, and honestly, he's one of the equivalents of me. You know, in that particular generation, like they're called freak of nature fighters, like Roy Jones, Manny Pacquiao, And in his generation, there was a guy that goes by the name of Aaron Pryor that had destroyed everybody long before they even got in the ring with him. He was incredible, and he just had this ability to pretty much just run off combinations from any angle, from any stance. He was just that much more of an athlete. He was a freak of nature. You know, that's a freak of nature fighter. You know, and it's just really not too much that you can do with freak of nature fighters. You know, you can try to box him, but like if he's a smart freak of nature fighter, it might not work. You know, I mean, you can outbox Nassim. You know, Nassim Ahmed.
Yeah.
I mean, Hassim Ahmed, right? Mm-hmm. You can outbox him because he's not really that calculative. He's not really thinking that much.
Yeah.
His ego will oversee his ability.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and that's how Barrera outboxed him. But if he was actually thinking, Barrera has no chance in hell of beating Hassim Ahmed. You know, and it's just not going to happen. You know, and somebody like Aaron Pryor, he has so much ability, and he was thinking. On top of that, like all that aggression, and just being able to just overwhelm people. So like that's one of the top 5 too, for sure. And it's just so many others. Manny Pacquiao is one of my all-time favorites. You know, and that's the bonus guy. Like, he's one of my all-time favorites. Manny Pacquiao is. I mean, come on, the fighter of the decade. He fought everybody. And not when he wanted them, like when they was coming. Yeah, like he took everything as it was coming. Yeah. You know, and one of my biggest gripes about him is like, why the hell would you fight somebody 4 times that got off the canvas and like literally had, you know, just put himself back together like a Lego every single time? It's like it's only a matter of time until that guy gets you.
Yeah. He was bound to knock you out.
Every time.
That was bound to happen. That was bound to happen.
Yeah, so you fought him 4 times. Come on. So that was one fight. I was like, man, please don't fight this guy, and it happened. I was like, oh God. Like, it's only a matter of time until he at least lands one punch.
Right.
Yeah. Okay, Deuce, you got something for him?
Yeah. Why don't you talk to us about what you would consider your best performance?
One of my best performances. Yeah. Oh no, like it kind of just evolves each time. You know, even like the performances that people don't really like were better performances than the last. I got better every single time out. So, like, let's say we're going into 2019. In the very beginning of 2019, I fought a guy named Ferdinand Karubian. I was a 16-1 underdog. Somebody from London has sent me a picture of how much money that made just from like spending like $50,000. He nearly made $500,000, and that was crazy, you know. And that guy, that was a big fight where I pretty much made him miss every single time. I countered everything. And literally, like, the only error that I made is me calling his bluff when he turned southpaw in the very, very last round. The last 30 seconds, he landed one shot on me in my face, and that was a great experience, you know. But then the fight after that, I fought a black dude, you know, and even though his record wasn't as fancy, but he wasn't necessarily the underdog. And he had a whole lot of experience in the amateurs and all this stuff, and like a very good pedigree, you know. So, and then I beat him, and he came in shape. They tried to play me with him, like he ain't going last on this one. And then I fought a guy named Steven Villalobos, and I was an underdog again. I just kept being an underdog for some reason, like, you know. And I think that was like the biggest fight in my career as far as like just the amount of excitement from that fight, because it was like this guy Bill Lobos is a big fighter, you know. He's undefeated just like me at the time, And so this is my second time fighting an undefeated fighter. Technically my third, but my second time on paper fighting an undefeated fighter. And this guy had incredible power. When we stepped in the ring, he was 20 pounds bigger than me. So when we weighed at 147, I only fluctuated up to 157 at best, maybe 155, 157 at best. And when he weighed into the ring, he came into the ring 170, and he punched like nobody's business. I went literally swimming without getting wet for like 6 rounds, and he only landed one punch, and that one punch floored me instantly, you know?
Right.
And everybody thought that the fight was over. I got up, and mind you, that was at the very beginning of the round. So I had to survive the whole fucking round. Like, with minimal punching, because I didn't want to exchange, you know, just too fast.
Yeah, to get it back.
And getting out the way, moving, slipping, holding, shooting punches, move, slip, hold, pull, you know what I mean? Moving around, throw off his balance by giving different angles, and then survive that round. After that round was over, I turned it up 200% and absolutely annihilated him and destroyed him completely. I just realized that this wasn't the kind of guy that I can take lightly and just box. Because, like, I could box him, and I was boxing him easily, but it was only one punch that he had to land for the whole fight to be over. So I had to destroy him completely very fast. And I got him out the ring, and it was a big performance. And I think that was probably one of the biggest performances yet.
Okay.
Now, was that the hardest you've ever been hit?
Probably.
Okay. Let me ask you this one. You fight at
Like, Bill Lobos is probably the hardest punching fighter at 147. It's just nobody knows him at this point.
Right.
You know, because he ran into me, honestly. You know?
Okay. So you fight at welterweight. You at 147. It's a lot of smoke at welterweight. Give me 3 fighters that you want to fight. That's on Blair the Flair hit list.
Well, the people that I really want to fight, Terrence Crawford is great. I've been calling his ass out for years now.
He's like everybody. Shit.
Years I've been calling him out. He's great. He's a terrific athlete. You know, he boxes very intelligently. I already broke down his style. It took a long time, but I broke down his style, figured him out, and figured out exactly where to go as far as how to attack that project as far as fighting him. Right. But Terrence Crawford is definitely a hard fight for anybody. He's a great athlete, and he's very, very technical. So we got Terrence Crawford, and then what else we have is Earl Spence.
Okay.
Very strong, very powerful, and very active. He knows when to turn it up, when to slow it down. You know, he's very calculative. I don't know how he's gonna like perform now after this car
accident.
This car accident. You know, and also like I think he's taking that like a little bit too lightly by even getting in the ring. Period. I mean, who knows? He could be the guy that, like, because of that accident, one shot, he goes out. Right. You know what I mean? So you don't really know how your body is responding after such a major traumatic experience.
Right.
But he's definitely at the top of the list, you know. And then, you know, Sean Porter has a lot of aggression. I love that aggression. He's never in a dull fight. You know? Yeah. I love that, and I would love to put on a big performance and fight him. You know, because that's a big fight. But also, like, none of these guys are like really like they're great athletes. Is the people that I'm talking about that's on my radar. Those are my athletes. But for the show, I want to fight Adrian Broner. I want to fight. I want to fight Adrian Broner like it's no tomorrow.
Yeah.
Like I really don't care about those guys because they ain't really putting out no money.
Okay.
Like the biggest performer. Like look, like if Errol Spence gets in the ring with Blair Flair has to have 60% because Blair Flair is actually bringing the crowd. You know, it's going to be more attractive when I get in the ring with him. You know, because these guys are not really promoting. They're not really active. They have very dull personalities. You know, Terrence Crawford. These guys are not really making numbers like they should, even though they're at the top of the league. You know, and that's a little frustrating. Because you want to call out the best, right? But then you also want to get paid the best, you know? But unfortunately, that's just not where it is. Like right now, like where it is me thinking about, okay, Adrian Broner, Amir Khan, you know, things like people like that.
Yeah. Okay, so
Manny Pacquiao.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. You got you said Manny Pacquiao was somebody that was on your top 5 list, and he is a champ at 147. Would you take that fight, or you know what I'm saying? I was also thinking, since you being the newer in the game or whatnot, somebody like a Bruce Ennis or Virgil Ortiz, since y'all both on Golden Boy. What you think about those?
Well, I would love to fight Virgil Ortiz. That would be a great fight. I can't wait for it to happen, honestly.
Yeah.
You know, and matter of fact, it can't happen faster for me, honestly.
Yeah.
You know, yeah. Okay. But hey, if Virgil Ortiz had fought me, you know what I mean, early, we wouldn't even know who the fuck Virgil Ortiz is. Honestly.
Oh, you took him off the map.
Yeah, he'll be off the map real fast. So I think it's best to just keep him growing, keep him consistent, you know, keep him away from athletic fighters that are older and more experienced, you know, and that's not an actual punching bag that just gets knocked out in the first 2 rounds.
Yeah. Okay, so basically, I just want to make sure I hear this right. You telling them to make sure that they keep the titty in his mouth, you know what I'm saying, and keep babying him, because if you jump out there in the streets where the real players at, Blair the Flair might have to tax him.
Have to walk him down.
Absolutely.
Okay, just want to make sure I heard it right. Just want to make sure I heard it right.
The best thing to do is keep your ass away from this Philly dude named Blair the Flair. Because he will put some street in that ring and make it look like a whole hood whole street fight.
Okay.
I hear that. All right, dude, you got something for him?
Somebody's getting robbed that night.
Yeah, you heard him. Whoa! You heard him. What was that?
Right. So I got when you said you into drama fights, did you happen to catch the Dillian White fight?
The what?
The Dillian White fight.
No, I didn't.
The fight that happened yesterday.
Yeah, high drama. All right.
I didn't get to see it. Like I kind of just been in my own world.
No doubt.
These last couple of days, like I've been back and forth to LA and all that stuff, and just doing a whole lot of promoting and just being active in the communities.
Okay.
All right, go ahead. You got something? Go ahead.
Yeah. So all right, check this out. Right, I'm gonna put you in a scenario and tell me how you like it. It's say it's 11th round. 11th round just ended. You in your corner. You know what I'm saying? You tired. What do you expect from your corner? Would you rather be motivated or instructed from your corner at that time?
Like, what are you saying? Like, if I'm okay, like what is it again? I'm losing. Am I losing a fight?
You in the late rounds. We ain't gonna say you losing. It's pretty even. You in the late rounds. You need to be instructed or motivated.
Instructed.
You prefer to be instructed.
Just, yeah. Like, okay, watch out for his legs. He's trying to trap you in the corner.
Right.
Just keep a mind out for that.
Avoid the right and all that.
You know, he's trying to trap you in the corner. Little things like that. I'll probably that's probably like the things that I watch out for. I'm like, okay, cool. Because I don't know, man. I don't really get tired.
Right. I don't get tired.
I'm a weird person, man. Like, it's like I could be tired, but then also I could not be tired. I mean, I have a very, very high pace, and it's hard to keep up with. And then it's like you can try to push me, but then I have fast legs. Like, you know, I can dance all night long.
Okay.
Like Lionel Richie.
All night long.
Boy, you wild.
All night.
All night.
Yo, wow. Yo, too much. Okay. okay. Let me ask you this one. You are known to shut the crowd down when you get out there. Your next fight, most likely, if you fight soon, is going to be without a crowd. Can you tell me how you feel about that?
Oh man, it sucks. You know, the crowd is what fuels that energy. You know, it's what promotes that big fight feeling. You know, I got these small guys feeling like they're in a big fight for their life.
Right.
And everything's on the line. And I love that feeling. I love that energy, and I love that stress level because I handle it well. My opponents don't.
Right.
But as far as everything is concerned, like it's not going to be a big problem at all. It'll just be more so a whole lot more technical stuff. You'll see a much more seasoned Blair Flair because like there's no distractions. It's just me and an opponent. So basically, you'll see what I be doing in the ring, and like when I'm in the gym.
Yeah.
When people see me in the gym, I'm ridiculously talented and ridiculously calculative, like to a T. I'm pulling off moves that most people don't see for ever. They don't ever see these moves. You know what I mean? Haven't been seen since the 90s.
Right. Okay.
You know?
Yeah. Now we didn't see you fight. So
it's a lot of stuff that I'm doing. Yeah, it's a lot of little things I'm doing. I'm doing stutter steps back, shooting off of that. I'm doing counter punches. I'm stepping in. I'm stepping out. I'm shooting punches laterally so that when they throw a punch, it just missed me. You know, because I look like I'm fighting and I'm staying still, but I just stepped over just a slight hair to the left or to the right, and the punch, whatever punch they threw, it was off by just a split of a hair. And then next thing you know, I'm throwing punches off of that. It's a short head movement, you know, into long head movement. I'm throwing punches inside, outside. I'm disrupting my opponent's flow by doing a quick little clinch, hold, and I'm shooting punches off of that. I'm doing a little bit of what you would see Roberto Duran do when I hold his arms. I'm holding his arms down and I'm shooting punches off of that. I'm blocking shots with the shoulder. I'm blocking shots with the hands. It's a lot that I'm doing in that ring, and you'll see all of that when there's no crowd, because the buzz of everything is just a little bit different. So I can't just bum rush the dude and have him throw it off. You know, it's gonna be interesting.
But you're still gonna bring the Blair Flair energy, though, right?
Oh yeah. I'm still gonna bring the energy.
All right.
I'm
We're gonna be watching.
I'm thinking about bringing a whole circus. I'm gonna have a circus performance before and after.
That's how you got to do that.
Okay.
I was gonna say, you know, it ain't nobody in there. It ain't nothing wrong to start talking to yourself, just yelling out, "Whoa!" They gonna be looking at you crazy, but you know what's going on. That's all that counts.
Oh yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying?
That's one of the funniest things that's gonna happen. You're gonna see me talking shit.
Yeah.
Get to hear you.
Yeah.
The play-by-play talking shit is gonna be funny.
Okay.
We watching.
Yeah, we definitely watching. You know, we talk a lot of shit.
We haven't seen that. I haven't even seen that yet. I haven't seen like these fighters that's like in the ring boxing, talking shit while they're boxing.
Yeah.
Because that's usually what's happening in the gyms.
Yeah.
In the gyms, I hear that. I see that all the time. You know, and that's another form of fighting. It's called mental warfare.
Believe that?
Yeah.
Ali
had that.
We do
Ali
that.
Ali had that.
We play Blair, we play flag football. That's
Camacho.
that's what we do. We talk a lot of shit, you know what I'm saying? You stay on in Vegas, so we the best shit talkers east of the Mississippi. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, you staying on that side, that's kind of good. You get to run things over there, you know what I'm saying? And we love what you're doing over there. You know what I'm saying? We definitely appreciate it, baby. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
Okay, so we tell all the fighters, when you win the belt, and you become champion, you know I'm definitely gonna hit you up to come back and give us another interview. So you definitely gotta come back.
You forget about me.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
I can't wait until I win a belt, man. I can't wait until I just get a world title.
Yeah.
Hey, man,
Like I'm like, come on, like they just gave a world title to Virtue. I'm like, okay, man. I dare they give me a world title.
Yeah.
Cause then you ain't gonna hear the end of it.
Yeah, believe that. And like I said,
I was shit talking now.
oh, believe that.
I'm gonna go viral instantly.
I can see it, man. Like I said, man, we definitely gonna ask you to come back and come bless us with your presence when you become a champ.
Absolutely, I'd love to come by.
You got something else for him?
Man, it's not too much happening because of this coronavirus thing. It's put a halt to a lot of businesses, especially when it comes to Golden Boy Promotions, which is my promoter. Hopefully we can get something done with Matchroom or possibly in the near future with Golden Boy Promotions, along connected with the Zone Network. But hey, stay tuned, stay watching. It's Blair the Flair. You can catch me on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, anything that you got. You know, we got it at Blair the Flair. And for more exciting content, check me out on BlairTheFlair.com. Woo!
Believe that. And like I said, Blair, you got to get your walk down. You get that Ric Flair walk. You know what I'm saying? With that, whoa, then it's on and popping. Believe that.
I've been spending more money.
All right. It's been a good one, though, man. Supreme Beast Boxing Talk. You know what I'm saying? This your boy Cadillac Red, man. I'm here with my brother.
Dude, shit.
You know what I'm saying? We had the one and only Blair the Flair Cobbs on the phone with us, man. It's been a good one, man. Salute to the mighty LDBC. And we're about this thing, man. What?
That's awesome.
And go ahead and subscribe on YouTube.
Yeah, subscribe to us on YouTube, definitely. Blair, we need that.
Absolutely. Thank you very much. It's people like you that keeps boxing alive, that keeps boxing exciting, that gives the fans informed, keeps the fans informed. I very much appreciate you guys. I appreciate being on the podcast, Supreme Beast Boxing Talk. I love it. I love what you guys are doing. You guys are wonderful. Thank you very much for having me.
Believe that, man.
And thank you for doing what you do, man, because your brand of boxing and entertainment is why we watch.
Yeah, believe that.
Absolutely. Thank you very much.
Esbito.